Business with a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Inspiration, motivation takes. Listen to the podcast. We're all about to talk about life. Our guests will share their life story. We want you to success in life and business. We're ready and we will start shortly. We're gonna talk about life. We're going to speak on business. You're gonna shine bright. We are going to witness. Business with a servant's heart. With hosts Steve, Ramona, and Ray. Inspiration, education talks. Listen to the podcast. Steve, Ramona.
Welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. I'm your host, Steve Ramona. I am so thrilled to have you join us today. This podcast is dedicated to exploring the idea of doing business and living life with a purpose. We believe that when we approach our work and our lives with a servant's heart, we can truly make a difference. We create this show for you because we want everyone to be motivated, inspired, and educated to make an impact in your world. Now, while you're listening to my guests today, we're going to talk about experiences through business. You guys are going to be blown away. I've already spent 5 minutes with them, and I am fired up right now to share this information with you. I want you to think about, while you're listening, how you're going to serve today and what impact you're going to create today. That's the key word, is today. We can wait till tomorrow. We can wait for a week. But guess what? 3 months go by and you haven't done it. Start today after you listen to my great guest and reach back out to me. Tell me how it went. Today's episode is proudly sponsored by an incredible partner, Pantheon Alliance. Imagine being part of an exclusive community of high-income, successful business owners and entrepreneurs from very diverse industries. Together, we are building a thought leader platform to impact and change the world. So if you have any questions at all, reach out to me. You'll have my contact info as the host here. And don't forget, I want to add this, subscribe to our podcast. Because after you listen to this guest, I've got many great guests like this guest today. You might want to listen and have access to them or get a message, hey, this new guest is coming. So I'd love to have you subscribe and check out our YouTube and podcast platform. With that being said, impact is huge. Business is hard today. How many Starbucks around each corner? How many lube stations? We were just talking about that around every corner. Jiffy Lube, Speedy this, that. You've got to separate yourselves. But value is brought through experience. You'll all experience something and go, God, I went to that movie. I went to that vacation, and you talk about it. Well, I want to welcome Vance to the show.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I kind of got you on mark there. But I want to start, your Disney experience taught you experiences and how important they are. Talk about that, and kind of we'll start there as a foundation.
Sure. I appreciate that, Steve. You know, Disney, for me, luckily, Disney was my first real job that I ever had. I worked for the company for a decade, and it really laid the foundation for everything that I'm doing now. One of the there's two huge lessons that your listeners may or may not have thought of when they hear the word Disney. I mean, everybody thinks, okay, you know, Cinderella Castle, characters, parades, rides, and all that stuff. You know, what they have done masterfully, though, is what any business can do. And it's what I coined the term Disney-Fying. And it's creating experiences out of the mundane things we do in our business. So we all have mundane, boring things we do in our business day in and day out to keep it running. And Disney has just figured out a way to make experiences out of those. Like if you go to one of their resorts and you drive in, they will have a specific greeting for that resort. If you go to one of their vacation clubs, it's welcome home. If you go to the Polynesian resort, you know, it's a Hawaiian saying, welcoming them in. They've just figured out a way to make all of that an experience. Secondly to that, the other big lesson was systems and process. Disney is a systems-oriented company, especially in the resorts and the parks. And they are simple systems, because if they were complex, the whole darn thing would fall apart. So they have systems to ensure that the experiences are delivered consistently to every guest. And when I was there, I mean, when we created like, what do you call them, OJTs or standards or things like that, we actually only used 3 words. We had what to do, how to do it, and where most businesses will stop there, Disney adds the most important one, which is why. Why do we do what we do the way we do it? And by doing that, not only does it help the employee perform that task, but it also creates stronger employee engagement. Because now it's not just, well, the boss said so. Now it's, oh, you mean we answer the phone that way because, people feel more comfortable, or people feel welcomed, or, they understand why they called. So, I mean, those are the 2 big lessons I really got from Disney.
The happiest place on earth.
It is.
It is, and it is. So you guys, or they not now, but you did at the time, you fulfilled that promise. I think it's up when you haven't been to Disney in a while. Now I need to go back as you remind me. I love Disney, probably because I'm happy when I'm there. But I think it says the happiest place on earth. So when you walk through the door, the experience better follow that mantra, that purpose.
100%. And the thing is, and I think we talked a little bit before we started recording. We talk about the servant's heart or the servant's mission, and there's one of the things I try to discover with my clients and my coaching members is, what is your true mission? Not your mission statement, but your mission. So, I mean, I work with a lot of medical professionals, and if I visit their office, I'll go in and, there's Marge at the front desk, and I'll say, so Marge, I'm going to be working with you guys for a while. What's your mission here? And she does the whole hen pecking thing, trying to look around me because the mission statement is behind me and she can't see it to read it. She obviously doesn't know what it is. But that's too complex. And I'm sure Disney has a mission statement. It's probably in a gold leaf binder up on a pedestal somewhere. And not one employee could ever tell you 2 sentences from it. But if you asked a cast member, a Disney cast member, what their mission was, they would say, we're here to create happiness. Their job might be to sweep the street, but their mission is to make people happy. And any minimum wage employee can wrap their brain around that mission. And so that's what you got to boil your business down to is, okay, what are we really doing around here? What are we really selling? Is an orthodontist selling straight teeth, or is he selling confidence?
Good
Things
point.
like that.
I love what you just said, and you kind of humbly glossed over it, is you said employees, you said no, cast members. Yeah. Just that change of verbiage, I felt if I was an employee, I'm not an employee anymore. I'm a little uplifted. I'm a little higher than just an employee. That's across the board. The janitor to the head of the park, they're all cast members.
Yep.
Wow.
100%.
So
and everybody in between. I mean, management, leadership, hourly, it doesn't matter. Now, this is my pet peeve for any of your listeners out there. If you call your employees staff, please stop. Staff is an infection. Something you got to put an ointment on. Call them team members, call them employees, call them anything but staff, please. Wow. End of soapbox.
That's true. No, I even think about it until you just, I haven't a lot of employees, so it's not a world I live in, but that's a great tip I'm going to take. Audience, and share that. This is the power of the servant's heart. You just gave us a great tip. Audience, share it with people. When you talk to them, they go, hey, come meet my staff. No, don't use that word, and share it with them. That's how we become such a better world. So we know Disney, they're incredible. They're powerful. Walt Disney was amazing. So how do you take that experience and that model and bring it to a business that you work with?
Sure. Well, one of the things that we didn't talk about my background is that I actually still own 3 home service businesses here in Maryland. So I have an Oriental rug washing facility, a mold remediation company, and a carpet cleaning company. So everything that I talk about in my consulting and in my coaching, I have done in one of my businesses. And if you think about carpet cleaners, I mean, they're not exactly high up on the totem pole of home service companies. 2020 has done an expose on them about how we steal the change from your sofa and drink the milk out of the container, put it back in the fridge and all that. So I was looking, how do we change that perception? And not only change that perception, how do we make it into a premium service? So currently my carpet cleaning company, it's all running on autopilot. So I took all of my systems and processes that I've learned, put them in place in that business, put a general manager in place, and now I don't really have to fuss with it. You know, if I work 2 hours a week in that business, that's been a lot. I mean, I literally just cash the checks, kiss the babies, make sure the marketing's running, and that's it. So everything that I teach, I have done in a carpet cleaning business. So if I can Disney-fy a carpet cleaning business, I can do that with pretty much anybody. So you have to look at what are all the boring, mundane things you do in your business, day in and day out. I'll give you an example. So in the carpet cleaning world, one of the boring, mundane things we have to do is get in the front door of the customer's house. If we can't get in, can't do our service. So we have created an entire sequence, an entire experience around getting in the front door. And it's completely scripted. It's written out. Every one of my employees knows it. They know exactly what's expected of them. And it goes something like this. So we park our vans. We park in the street. We don't park in the driveway because God forbid I got an oil leak. Now I got something else I got to clean up. He gets out of the van in a clean, crisp, new uniform because he carries extra uniforms on the van in case he gets dirty on the job before. I also have 2 policies of 1, there is no smoking while you're on the clock, and 2, you're not allowed to wear any kind of colognes or anything like that. The last thing you want is to walk up to Mrs. McGillicuddy's door smelling like an ashtray and like you took a bath in Axe or something. Just not nice. So he gets out of the van, gets his tool bag, gets his carpet, and he goes up to the front door. He lays down this magic carpet. I call it a magic carpet. It's really just a logoed mat. He knocks on the door because friends knock, salespeople ring the bell, knocks on the door, takes 2 steps back. Now, we've been taking 2 steps back long before there was this COVID thing because my employees, some of them are big guys. And the last thing you want is, 250-pound Josh nose to nose with Mrs. McGillicuddy through the screen door. You're going to scare the crap out of her. She's not going to let you in. So we take our 2 steps back. Mrs. McGillicuddy opens the door. Josh says, "Hi, my name is Josh. I'm here to create your healthy home. May I come in?" We don't just barge in. We ask. Mrs. McGillicuddy says, "Yes." So we do some theatrical wiping of our feet on the mat to make sure everybody sees it. And then we put booties on our shoes, on our clean shoes. And then we go in, put a towel down, and we put our tool bag on top of the towel. Then we present Mrs. McGillicuddy with a gift. Now, Steve, when was the last time you had a home service professional come to your house, pest control, pool guy, carpet cleaner, electrician, and give you a gift? I mean, a real gift before they did any service, before they even know they had the job.
I had a carpet cleaner 3 weeks ago. You know what the gift I got? His invoice.
The what?
His invoice.
His invoice. Yeah, right.
No gift.
So we give it. I mean, now the gift is nothing extravagant. It's a custom little blue box. Inside the blue box is a bottle of spot remover, a bag of cookies, and a little note from me saying, "Thank you for allowing us into your home." And giving the gift does 2 things for us. One, obviously, it separates us from everybody else out there. Nobody is doing this. And I'm not, when I say gift, for those of you that are going to go to your promotional products people and start buying stuff, don't. There are ways to do it, but don't give like a tchotchke, chip clip or a pen. No, nobody wants any of that crap. Give a real gift. So it separates us. And it also begins a process called reciprocity. I give something to you, you feel compelled to give something back to me. So when my technician goes into his presentation, now Mrs. McGillicuddy feels like she needs to give something back. And when we implemented the gift, we actually saw a 26% increase in our mid-tier package, which for us equated to about $65,000 a year in additional sales just by implementing the gift.
Powerful.
So that's how you adapt from Disney to a regular business.
That's powerful because you really take and just clean carpets and go. It's just a service. And you take, one thing you said was healthy home. You didn't say clean home. You didn't say bio cleanliness home, clinical home. You said a simple phrase, healthy home, which if 50% of people hear that, you've given them a gift there. This
And
is
that's our
powerful.
mission.
Yeah.
Our job is to clean carpets, clean upholstery, whatever, but our mission is to create a healthy home. All my employees can wrap their brains around that.
Somebody's listening right now is excited like I am. I'm sure it's many. So let's walk through the journey. You come into my company and it's a pest control company. Let's just use that for example.
Sure.
What's our journey look like working with you?
First, I like to, if I'm doing a one-on-one consultation, I usually like to get in the van or one of their trucks and just ride around with one of the guys. Usually by like the second job, he's forgotten who I am and what I'm doing and reverts to whatever he does all day long. So I get to see what it is that they do. But after I do that, the first thing is to map out their customer journey from beginning to end. And wherever that journey starts, whether it be a phone call, whether it be a social media ad, whether it be a postcard or a mailer, that's the first. What is the first point of contact? And we do this through the customer's eyes. So not from the business's side, but from the customer. So what happens with the customer? Oh, they get a postcard. Okay, great. What is that experience like? Is it just a, benign, boring, come buy my stuff postcard? Or, if there's a story on there and testimonials and before and after, I mean, is the postcard an experience? And we go through the entire customer journey from marketing to phones to if it's the pest control, what does the technician do in the field? What was the communication? Did they call ahead of time? Did they call after? Was there a follow-up call from the office? Et cetera, et cetera. And then most companies stop, similar to you, at the invoice. I mean, that's it. Well, in the marketing world, I'm sure you know this, and I don't know if your listeners may have heard this, but one of the most expensive things you can do in your business is to get a new customer. They are ridiculously expensive. One of the cheapest things you can do is keep the ones you already got. So, for example, for my carpet cleaning business, I know it cost me $68 to get one new client in the front door. $68. That ain't cheap. I know it also costs me less than 15 to keep a customer every year. So wouldn't you rather spend $15 a year to keep a customer and have that much more profitability? I mean, all that money is going right to profit. I mean, it's $50. I mean, I don't do math well, but $50 of that marketing cost is now straight to the bottom line. So we map out the rest of the customer journey of what does it look like after the invoice is presented, and what are you doing for customer communication and outreach and all that after you've done the job.
Yeah. So the big thing, because a lot of people do outreach, but I think what's different, what you do is the experience part. If it was just come in, clean my carpet like this guy did 3 weeks ago, and he sends me an email, oh yeah, this guy cleaned my carpet. There was no value besides cleaning my carpet, which is not a bad thing. Right. But you're bringing the servant level, I call that servant heart level, to may give you a great experience. So when I follow up with you in 4 weeks, you're going to remember Joe Smith came in and cleaned my carpet. He said it was healthy, or da across the board. That's powerful.
And doing this, your business becomes tellable. I mean, people just can't help but talk about it. I mean, and when I work with clients and my coaching members, the phrase that I want their customers to say about interacting with them is I want them to go home, sit down at the dinner table and say, oh my God, you'll never guess what happened when the carpet cleaner came today. Nobody has that conversation. Nobody goes home and says, oh my God, you'll never guess what happened at the oil change. That conversation does not happen. But if you have an experience like getting a gift and healthy home and wiping feet and, true service, you're going to remember that and you're going to say, holy crap. I had somebody give me a gift today. I haven't had my husband doesn't give me a gift, but the carpet cleaner did,
Yeah. So let's go to a negative side. I don't mean this in a bad way, but I'm hearing this experience let's use your carpet cleaning company. It's so different that you can really qualify and disqualify potential crew members. I don't want to use employees or potential people that work for you. Because if a guy goes, I ain't going to do that, I'm not going to take 2 steps back. This is not, you go, okay, Steve Ramona, sorry, you're not fit for our company. Because that's a problem too. We hang on employees too long. But if they're not doing the experience that you've generated, it's not worth it, right?
No, and this goes back. I'm leadership is not my ballywick. I mean, I do it because I have to do it. Not really my thing. But one thing that I do know is that I compare my employees to the standards that we have set. We don't compare employees to other employees. Say, well, Marge does that. No, you don't say that. You say the standard is, and I'm measuring you against what our standard is. The hiring part, is I hire for attitude 100%. If you are early, if you're dressed well, you don't smell bad, you might actually smile, you shake my hand. These are all things we used to take for granted, but they ain't no more. If you do all that, and then we have a conversation more about, okay, so tell me how you took care of, a customer who wasn't really happy with what was going on. And I see what they say. See, I can train anybody to do anything. I can train you to clean a carpet. I can train you to change the oil. I can train you to carry a tray in a restaurant. I can't train you to be nice. It's just something you got to bring. And, and at Disney and even now with myself, and very similar to your podcast title, it is, you have to have a heart for service. If you don't have a heart for service, there's no sense even talking.
And you know what? If you know that out there, audience, I love that you just said that. That's so profound. That's okay. Then don't go into a service business. Go work at a law firm as an admin doing typing. If you're not a people person, which I know some people aren't, that's okay. There's a place for you, but don't try to be a waiter or work at a carpet cleaning company because they make so much money and you're going to change. I love that. That's so powerful.
Well, Disney had places for people like that. It's called third shift custodial. You don't see anybody. You out there, you clean some windows at 2 o'clock in the morning, you go home before anybody gets there.
And you're still a cast member, which I love. Disney's done it. You've taught me so much. We're coming to the end. This has been fabulous. An incredible show. But I got a question, and it's an experience question. How did you survive the experience of 4th grade?
It's very traumatic. You don't get yourself caught picking boogers. And 4th grade, they're still doing that.
Yeah.
I think for me, I had this mental toughness. I think my folks had just gotten divorced. And back in the late 70s, that was just something people weren't doing. So I was like one of the few kids in my friends group that had that. But it kind of created this mental toughness in me. And I just didn't let stuff bother me. And that's how honestly, 4th grade, between the boogers and not letting people bother me, that's how I made it through.
Yeah, it's a great tip. Great question. I didn't expect that answer, but it's a really good answer.
Well, nobody expects boogers for an answer on a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We're very unique. Our experience is very unique. We just did it on the podcast. And speaking of experience, I like to ask this question at the end of the show. So you've got a reservation at a restaurant, table of 4. You're going to sit at one chair. The other 3 empty chairs, dead or alive. Who's going to be invited? Why? And what food would you order?
Oh, man. The food does not matter because the experience is going to dictate how the food tastes. And the reason I say that is if you go to a restaurant and you are bringing you're going to, what's the word? When you ask somebody to marry you, what's the word for it?
Fiance.
No. Well, yeah, fiance, but you're going to pop the question.
Propose, yeah.
Propose. Gee whiz. So you're going to propose. And then at the table next to you, There is a husband and wife, and the wife is telling the husband that she's leaving him for a younger man. They all ordered the same chicken dinner. Your proposal goes positively and you get accepted, and the other guy is completely downfall and, you know, he's heartbroken, the whole thing. Whose chicken tastes better?
True.
You know, whose chicken tastes better? So the food to me, and I'm a foodie, so, but at any rate, so I would certainly have Jim Rohn. I don't know if you know Jim. He is a master at self-development, sales, and things like that. I would have my grandfather on my mother's side. He just had an incredible story. He was a colonel in the Lithuanian army during World War II, fought the Nazis going one direction and then fought the Russians when they were coming the other direction, and just incredible guy, incredible guy. And the last one would be Pope John Paul II. And the reason I choose him is now I am as religiously as agnostic as anybody. I'm not atheist, but agnostic to the whole thing. But I will tell you, I saw John Paul at Madison Square Garden back in the 80s. And back then I played trumpet, both marching band, drum corps, and concert band. And I hadn't practiced this one piece, and we had a concert that night. Saw the Pope in the morning, went home, got dressed, went and to play the concert, and I played it flawlessly. Flawlessly. Never seen the music, nothing. Flawlessly played it. And the only thing different that happened to me that day was I saw the Pope. So I want to sit down with him and say, how the hell did you do that?
Great question. Oh, what great answers. Well, I want to thank you. This has been an incredible show, Vance. I've learned a lot. I'm sure the audience has learned. How can people support you, reach out to you, find you?
Sure. Best place is my website, which is deliverservicenow.com. And there's a whole bunch of free stuff there that you can get. I actually have a couple of books that I wrote. You can get those for free. So skip Amazon. Don't give Bezos any more money. He doesn't need another yacht. Just come to my site and I will, you'll get a free PDF of the book. Or if you want a book, just pay shipping and handling and I'll send you the book for free as well.
There you go. That's a servant's heart right there. Giving and educating all at the same time. Don't forget, again, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Remind you again, listen to, Vance a number of times. There's so many tips here you could get from this. It'd be great for you to listen. And me and Vance want to thank you so much for listening or watching to this podcast. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. Have a great day, everybody.